It's pretty special. I mean, we just take it one game at a time, though. Next opponent's up, and we prepare the same way every game. And we had a really good scouting report on this, delivered by the coaches, and the scout team did a really good job this week. Just getting us prepared for this game, and that's our motto: is just go 1-0, get on those kind of streaks, and we did a really good job of that. So,
Verdell, you talked about how you didn't want the first 12 games to be a fluke, and you wanted to, maybe have something to prove today. You feel like that was part of this?
Oh yeah, definitely. I felt like we played with a huge edge today. I think that's the edge that we had the first 12 games. And I mean, it's a huge win for us and the university, and hopefully it gives momentum going on in the rest of the Big Ten conference season.
Victor, you've been kind of a defensive leader this year, but to see everybody else kind of step up their defense as well, I mean, what does that say about this team?
It just showed that we're a defensive-minded team, we got to realize every night that our defense creates for our offense, and the reason why we were still in that game and got back in that game was because of our defense. And when they put me on the ball, I just try to set the tone. And my teammates did a great job guarding and keeping the man in front of them. And you see defense won us the game as well. So, I mean, when we say it, we got to do it, And I'm starting to believe we're doing it.
Verdell, as a senior, does it mean a little bit more that Ohio State is a Big Ten opponent, that this is a win in conference after all that you've been through the last 3 years?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's a huge feat for us. I mean, they gave us pumpkin heads the past few years, and finally, get over that hump and get the W. I mean, it's huge for this team, but especially for the seniors who have been through so much.
Building on the point of the defense, how you guys were able to perform, and what's it mean to be able to, Vic, for instance, you have back-to-back steals to really take the lead, go up. Just what's it mean to be able to grind out a win like this on the defensive end instead of like what happened against Kentucky, where it's a last-second offensive play?
It just shows our toughness. I mean, we're building and we're trying to grow our toughness every day, and it starts on the defensive end. And our coach has been harping on it, and credit to them, credit to our scout team, Ralph, Jeff, Taylor, all them guys. They did a great job this week in preparing us for this game. They played really hard and forced us to play hard too, And, we had to realize that defense was going to win the game. We did a lot of defense and a lot of running their stuff in practice. So, it just goes to show that if we really put our mind to something, we can accomplish anything.
What did happen against the last
this
two?
with the fact that Cody only played 4 minutes in the second half?
Right now, I think he got some tough calls against them. But that's why the team's so special. When a player goes down or gets out, then the guys step up. I want to really, give a shout out to Austin and Remy. They came in at crucial points of the game and made us, give us a big momentum change. I thought we really got into the craft today and been a little tired. And then when Vic got on, that's all she wrote. So it's a team effort, and we're starting to see, this how good we can really be.
Verdell, how did that experience against Kentucky help you guys down the stretch today?
I thought watching the film Kentucky was a learning experience. Now against Ohio State, it was a similar situation. We know that we had to make better plays. We can't have turnovers. Cody wasn't in there really, throw it in there and get a bucket. So we had to run through our offense and be sharper, cut harder, screen harder. And that's what we did.
What did happen specifically on the last two, defensive possessions when you guys did cause turnovers? Just what were you trying to do on those 2 plays, and just what kind of worked out for you there?
Coach says, this is our toughness right here. We came after Coach Green talked to us and said, look, this is what Austin is for. This is what, running ladders and running the stadium steps before. This one right here. And I'm just proud of my teammates because, we believed in that. We fought it.
Jordan, can you talk about that sequence there where Smith hit the 3 on you in the corner and then you came right back down and hit the 3 on him, and just kind of the importance of never backing down, letting one shot dictate the next play?
Yeah, that's something that we've been talking about too. This week. Don't let one play get you down. You just got to come back right back at them, and not let it affect the rest of the game or the next play to come. So I really learned that from earlier in this practice that we had earlier today and yesterday, and just not getting my head down about things, being hard on myself. So he hit a tough shot. V did a good job of forcing him, and he just hit a tough shot. So just coming down, I just saw an opening. He backed off a little bit and just let it go.
Seemed like early on you guys were doing a better job of getting the ball inside to Cody. Was that just finding better angles or putting more of an emphasis on it, or kind of what was the difference in terms of that?
Obviously we work on that all the time, and it's a huge part of our team offense, and playing through him and getting him the ball because he'll pass, he can do all that kind of stuff with the ball. So definitely an emphasis that we want to do is establish an inside presence so he can go inside and out. It's the smartest thing for us to do, really. So we were able to do that.
How much did foul trouble just affect this game on both sides? Because obviously Cody goes out, but obviously you got Buford and Thomas and Solinger all into foul trouble. Just how much did that just kind of change the dynamic of this game?
I thought it made, even though it made them use their bench, a lot of the film we watched, they go 16, maybe 7, and today they had to, use a lot of their players that usually don't get that much playing time. And for, playing in an atmosphere like this is different for a play like that. And I thought the fans were great today. I thought the fans, really, even though the students were here, I thought the fans really got after it. And they got real loud in here today. So, it was a good game.
Was anybody surprised that Buford put up the quick 3 there with 5 seconds left?
No, I wasn't surprised at all. I knew he was going to get the ball. And, I just had to try to contest it, without fouling. And I just got there and luckily missed.
Do you guys feel like you're developing a real home court advantage here, especially after these 2 big wins?
We're just taking it one game at a time, Like we've been saying all year long, we're just 1-0, That's what we're trying to be every game. That's what we're doing. We're just taking it one game at a time. So we're just going to continue to keep doing it.
Anything else from the guys?
Victor, when they increased the physicality and increased the tempo in the game, you guys were able to match that as the game went on. Was that the mentality going in, was just to go with them on the flow of this game?
I guess. It's a toughness game, man. We've been working real hard all season. We've gone through a lot, man. And it's hard not to. It's hard for you guys to see it because you guys are like outside looking in, but from our perspective, man, we've been working real hard, For the past couple of years, we've been going through everything you can imagine, ups and downs, And, it was motivation, All that stuff we go through, we can't come out here and get pumped, We just went toe-to-toe with them, They've been punking us for the past couple of years. And we realized that this year we had to go toe-to-toe with them, and we came out with a victory.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Hey, Chris, can you start the first time in program history how you beat 1 and 2 in the same season? Just talk about what that means and what that signifies about how well you guys are playing.
It just signifies where this program is going. We've been through a lot the last couple of years, and we've endured the fight, and we've been fighting ever since. And it's a great accomplishment to beat 1 and 2, but we feel like there's more out there for us.
Getting stops late in games, tight games, has been something that you guys have struggled with the past few years. Just to be able to go possession by possession, basically, with the number 2 team in the country those last 3, 4, 5 minutes. How big is that for you? Is it a statement? Is it something that really stands out to you guys?
Yeah, it is pretty much, yeah. It is a statement. It just shows that to other teams that, it's going to be hard for you to kind of get buckets on us late in the game because, we've got a coaching staff and we've got the players that just have the mindset that we're bearing down. And, we've been through such a hard time in the past and we know what to expect. We've been through it all. And now it's kind of our time to shine and to show everybody that, we can get the stops when we need to.
Cody, it seemed like a kind of a chess match between you and Solinger kind of down the stretch with both of you in foul trouble. Can you talk about that just a little bit and what your strategy was, I guess, in that?
Obviously neither one of us wanted to foul, but I guess he's earned those calls. But I'm just glad we came out with the win. That's the most important thing.
Cody, what do you think that you learned from a game like this where you have to deal with foul trouble? It's not something that you really have had to do at this level yet.
No, I've done pretty well staying on foul trouble, but the biggest thing is the guys like Derek and Tom came in and played well when I was out of there. Just the next guy up, and it was a good team win for us.
Christian, you hit the shot against Kentucky. You hit the 2 free throws at the end here. Are you just have ice in your veins or what?
I don't want to speak too soon. May have to do something else, but I don't know, I just got up there, I was confident about it. I missed 2 early, so I felt like I needed to, just prove myself, and I'll do a free throw now.
Okay, maybe what was even bigger was the rebound you got at the other end.
Yeah, that was big. I just I don't know. They didn't go to the glass. So, I just released and went and got the board.
Just what did click, I guess, on the last, 3 big possessions you guys had defensively? Just what did you guys do just to keep them from getting a look?
We just made them feel us more than anything. They knew we were there all night, and our communication was great on a couple of their ball screens, and we just made them take tough shots, and Buford kind of just went for the win. We knew he wanted to take the last shot, so Victor did a good job at contesting him high, and that's it.
Derek, what did you think was the key to the defense that you had to play on Sullinger playing against a guy that's much bigger than you?
Really, I remember last year playing against him. I kind of did too much. I was over-aggressive. I know I was kind of just trying to battle him when I know I really shouldn't have. This year, I wanted to stay attached. I was also wanting to give help, but I knew that if I had my hand on him, and I always knew where he was, then that there was a chance for me to just be in the right position, and that's what I think it was. And I thank the coaches for whispering in my ear, every time out where I had to be, what I needed to do on the screens and stuff like that. And with them giving me confidence, I just felt like I could step up to the challenge when Cody went out, and I feel like I did pretty good.
Is the mask uncomfortable at all?
It is it's very uncomfortable, but I tell you, it's saved me a few times. There's a couple shots I've taken. It probably could have got me again, but I'm dealing with it. So.
Is it more
did it take a day to
difficult
adjust?
play with it,
Did it take a game to play with that thing to get used to just the difference playing with
Yeah. Coach has been, like Coach said, he's kind of joking about seeing me in the morning, I hope. He was, that's all he's been trying to do is get me in the gym, get me to take, as many shots as I can with it on, just to kind of get a feel for it. And, out there when I shoot, it's not too bad, but when I got defense on me like that, once I get going in practice, things happen that, when I'm shooting by myself, don't. So I'm still trying to get used to it, but I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job, really. I don't know. I feel like I'm doing all right, but I struggle a little bit.
Can somebody talk about how Jordan bounced back from the game he had the other night and then hits 4 threes and 17 points tonight?
Oh yeah, we expect that out of Jordan. We knew he wasn't gonna hang his head and just leave us out to dry like that. He's a great player. He's gonna bounce back. That's exactly what he did tonight. He stepped up and he made some tough baskets when we needed him. And we looked to him down and he did that for us tonight.
Cody, you bounced back as well. You did a little stuff in Michigan State. Talk about that, what you learned from the Michigan State game, how you applied it tonight.
It was just little things that I was doing as well as the guys on the team. It wasn't that we weren't trying hard enough or we weren't in good enough shape. It was just little things we had to fix. And I think the last 2 days of practice has been really good. I think that showed with the result today.
What did you learn about dealing with more physical guys, I guess, in terms of how you have to establish position against guys that are bigger?
I've played against guys that big before. I think I just had a bad game. Everyone has a bad game, but I think I'm just glad that we got a win tonight.
What do you guys talk about the impact that the defense had during that last 5-minute stretch in the first half where Sullinger, Buford, and Thomas were all out? Just talk about the way you guys approached the game with both offense and defense.
Really, the game plan was to just kind of get up and down and run. We watched film, and we know that we got a pretty quick team this year, and we were just trying to get them up and down the floor and try to wear them out. And I think we did a pretty good job of it. I could see, when I was guarding Jared Sullinger, that they were getting confused really by how well we were running down. He was getting tired. Buford was getting tired, maybe getting some calls not to go his way or whatever. But I feel like by us running, it really kind of messed up their game plan and got them in foul trouble, and that's what we were wanting to do.
Did anything change though when those 3 guys were out, Buford, Sullinger, and Thomas, and the bench guys were in? Did that allow you to make a better run?
Yeah, we wanted to get some fresh guys in there, get Cody and a few guys a break, but still we were still emphasizing attack, and I think we did a pretty good job of that.
Derek, I know
Last question.
that you guys are taking it one game at a time, but do you just talk about how you feel 13-1 heading into January? Is that something that you ever could have imagined?
Being here for 3 years, no, I mean, the first 2 years make you really take a step back and just kind of picture what it was 2 years ago, and to be 13-1, it's an unbelievable feeling. I know every guy in the locker room, whether it be a freshman or a senior, we've worked real hard to get where we're at right now, and there's only better things to come. That's what we feel like. That's our whole mindset. We're not taking a step back at all, and we really feel like a lot of good things come.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.